guys, welcome back and thanks for taking the time to join me. I'm going to tell you the Irish shrimp pattern, and this is just going to be a slight variation on a flag called the duck and Feadly shrimp. Now the hook in the vise is a partridge patriot double in size 10 in black nickel. The thread that I'm going to use to tie the fly is uni thread 801 white. You can use whatever thread you like because we're going to colour the top here, the head, with some glow bright floss. So I'm just going to come in a couple of mil behind the eye of the hook. Just got to leave yourself plenty of room up here, guys. There's lots going on. So a couple of mil of thread, remove the waist tag of thread. The tag at the back is going to be a oval gold tinsel in size 14. I believe that's equivalent to a small if you're using a uni. Just catching that in underneath. Working our thread down just until we're slightly past the points, or in line or slightly past the points of the hooks is grand. Then come round with 4 turns of the oval gold tinsel, and on the last turn bring it up in between the two hooks. A couple of turns will secure that in. Come in and trim away the waist. Now the tail's in 2 parts. The first part is some Claret bucktail, and I'm a wee bit off here. Now I've just lined this up the best that I can with my eye, just by hand. You can use a hair stacker, but if you use a hair stacker it just makes it look like a paintbrush at the back, and you want to have the back of this particular pattern, I believe, that it's tapered. It's tapering out. So twice the length of the hook or so over the back. Come around with a pinching loop. Couple of turns. Just come in, lift up the waist, trim that away. Wee favour there, take that out. I'm going to put some flesh into the tail. Just 2 strands of gold crystal flesh. Now I've seen copper crystal flesh used, I've seen chartreuse crystal flesh used in this wee pattern. So it doesn't matter, you just tie it to suit your river. It'll work as long as you have confidence in it. And just trimming away the excess. Now we're going to cloak this. On the original pattern it's cloaked with either a large Claret cock hackle or a golden pheasant body skin breast feather dyed Claret. I'm going to use the red. Now that's the skin. I'll just show you it here. That's the skin there, dyed red. And the reason why I like using red, it just gives it a wee bit of a colour contrast at the back of the pattern. So just stroking the fibres back to get myself a tan in point. Offer this up to the hook. Round with 2 turns, fold the tip back. Now don't let go of the tip of the feather, just keep hold of it. Then you come in and trim it away. Then we're just going to take 1 turn in front of the other to create the cloaking effect on the tail. Now don't worry if it gets tangled up, you can brush that out. The main objective here is just to take 1 turn in front of the other to there. That's me using up the whole feather. Just going to take a couple of thread turns back. Come in, catch in your stem. Now I'm going to keep this on underneath, and then I'm going to work my thread up, just hang in the rest of the cut ends of the bucktail. And try and keep the rear body as smooth as you can. Scissors, trim away the stem. Now if it's tangled up like that, just come in with your toothbrush and just brush out the fibres. But you can see what I'm trying to do here is to create that taper at the back. Okay, so the rear body, you're doing some oval gold tinsel. This time I'm going to use a size 15 just to beef it up a wee bit. You can back in with the 14 if you wish. Right. Just going to catch this on the side, my side of the hook, and then work this down back down, tied up against the tail, and then back up again. Now you put some super glue on to the thread at this point, but you don't need to. Just bring up your oval gold tinsel and touch and turns nice and tight to there. Follow this around with your thread. Same again, a couple of turns will catch that in. Come in and trim away the excess. Tidy that up a wee bit. Mid hackle, you're looking at an orange cock hackle. In this case I'm going to use an orange hen. So see if I can get a wee feather here. Now turn and a half to 2 turns of the hen will be plenty. Just because it's a thicker fibre. I'm just tan up over the tip there and the hackle. Break away the tip. Just going to come in with my scissors, run it up the stem of the hackle. It'll just help to fold it back for you. And then you're just looking one turn in front of the other. Now if you like it sparse, excuse me, I beg your pardon, you just leave it with the turn, bring it round to there and tie it off. But I want another one on it. Okay, it's going to look handy there. Follow this around with your thread. Working the hackle up, trying to make a strong fly here as well. Keeping your thread tight, you can break away the excess of the hackle. Anything that wants to go forward, just stroke it back a couple of turns. Now I'm going to tie in a wee length of the gold tinsel again here for the rib at the front. This is the size 14 that I'm using again for the rib. Wee fibres just come out, just be patient. Just come in, stroke them back. Now the front body, you can use a yellow seals for a yellow SLF. What I'm going to use is, I'm going to use some yellow light bright. You could use a yellow holographic, anything that you want at the front. It's what fly tan's about. You take these really successful patterns and just tinker with them to suit your own style. Now, I'm just going to come around with 3 turns of the oval gold tinsel, and that's just to protect the dubbing more than anything. A couple of turns to catch that in. Come in and trim away the excess. Now, at this point, I'm going to put on a yellow. This is another yellow hen hackle. You can put the jungle cock on at this point if you wish. Fold that back, the tip, work my thread back up over the top. Then I'm just going to come around with a turn, full turn of the yellow to there. Follow this around with my thread. A couple of tight turns, just working down to the eye. I can break that away. Fold the fibres back. Bring my thread back up. I'm going to come in now at this point and add the jungle cock in. So with 2 eyes here. That's them there. Just get them levelled up in the hand the best that you can. Stroke the fibres back. Offer them up into the hackle. Come around, hold them on each side. Take a couple of turns just to see what way you're sitting. Make sure that they're level. Right, I'm happy with that. I'll take another turn to secure. Fold the excess stems back. Work your thread back up, keeping your thread tight. And come in and break away the stems. Next hackle, you're going to blue cock, or in this case, I'm going to put on a nice blue hen hackle. Same again, I'm only going to look at a turn of this, because it's a hand hackle, just offer it up to the hook, 2 turns, fold the tip of the hackle back, work a thread back down, break away your tip of the hackle, stroke the fibres back. You're just looking one full turn at the front there. It's going to be plenty. Following that around with my thread, keeping my thread tight, couple of turns. Just going to come in at this point, just fold it back. Your thread's ready at the front. Just work it up over the top of the stem of the hackle. Then you can break that away. At this point I'm just going to come in with my whip finishing tool and just throw on a whip finish. 2-time whip finish should hold that. Come in, trim away your tying thread. Now we're just going to come in at this point and brighten the head up with a Glow Bright Floss number 5. The best thing to do here at this point is just put a wee drop of wax onto the thread, just run it through the wax. Then I just take my fingers, get a bit of heat into them, just take away any excess wax that may be on the Glow Bright. Then we're just going to come in, work the Glow Bright floss up. Don't want to cut any of the hackle fibres, pull that back a wee bit. Trim away the waste end of the Glow Bright floss. Come straight in with your whip finishing tool. Just shape the head the way you like. Pull the Glow Bright floss nice and tight. Come in, trim away your Glow Bright floss. So there you go guys, that's the duck and Feadly. Now, the only thing that I've changed out there is the tail at the back. Everything else in the pattern remains the same. Just give you a wee look at it before we put the super glue onto the head, before I forget. So, I got a Claret cock hackle. I do have a Claret cock hackle, but I think the red, just a wee drop of super glue on the head here, the red at the tail just makes the fly a wee bit more colour contrast at the back of the pattern. But that's only my view. So, if you want to tie the original pattern, just put in the Claret cock hackle at cloaking the bucktail with a Claret cock hackle, or a golden pheasant body breast feather, dyed Claret. Use the same colour of hackles, only you can use them in the cock hackles. But there you go guys. So hopefully you got something from that. Tie a few up, hopefully then catch you a few fish. As always, many thanks for taking the time to view the video. I really appreciate it. I'm just in from work, so that's why I haven't got my blue t-shirt on. So until next time, please stay safe and enjoy your fishing on tight lines.